I think we're live, WWE fans. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my channel. Thank you for joining me here. I'm Brennan Ingram, here with your WWE Payback 2020 review. And obviously, we got a lot to go over. We got obviously a lot to go over. We got a new United States champion, new women's tag team champions, which the women's tag team champions just doesn't make championship matches didn't make sense to me on the show. Yes, folks, we got a new Universal Champion. And you want to know who his name is? Guess who his name is? Guess who his name is? Guess. Guess. Chat right now. Take a guess. Mention his name. Take a fucking guess. And you can kiss the Fiend's career goodbye on this one. Roman Reigns, folks. Roman Reigns. I already saw this coming. I already knew he was going to become Universal Champion before the match even started. I knew he was going to become Universal Champion before the match even started because I knew Roman Reigns were going to try that tactic to where he wasn't going to come out. I knew this shit was going to happen. I've heard about it. People have been telling me about this show, man. A lot of people have been telling me about this show. Trust me, I know. I just got through talking to some people, man. They said this show was good. Most of them said the show was good. Some of them said the show sucked. I hate to break it to you, but this show didn't really suck. This show was pretty decent tonight. I'm actually surprised how decent this show was tonight because I thought it was going to suck, but it wasn't. It wasn't. It did suck. The show was pretty decent tonight. I'm shocked. Well, but there was 4 WWE superstars in particular who I did not want to see on my TV, though. Number 1, the Moronics. The Idiotics, the Stuponics, the Moronics. Get off my TV, Onyx. The Iconics. I did not want to see on my TV. That's one of them. That's one of the WWE superstars that I did not want to see on my TV. The Moronics. The duo of the Moronics. I don't like them. I don't like seeing them on my TV. They need to get off my TV. And they're still showing up. Days later, still showing up on my TV. I'm about to just take a glass and just hit my head with it. Seriously. Oh my God. Why are the Moronics on my TV? Why are the Moronics on my TV? I can't stand the Iconics. Oh, here's another person that I can't stand. WWE's typical garbage, King Corbin. WWE's typical garbage, King Corbin was in his match against Matt Riddle tonight. He had his match against Matt Riddle tonight. Oh, and another person that I can't stand, WWE's typical garbage, Nia Jax, was in her match with teaming up with Shayna Baszler against the WWE Women's, the former WWE Women's Tag Team Champions, Sasha Banks and Bayley. And guess what? New tag team champions were crowned. New women's tag team champions crowned on the show. Can you fucking believe that shit? New women's tag team champions were crowned. Yes, folks. They were. And a new United States champion was crowned. I gotta admit, man, that title looks fucking good on Bobby Lashley. I can't fucking shit on Bobby Lashley on that, man. That title looks good. We got a good United States Championship match, man, and we're actually gonna go and talk about that in a little bit. But man, oh man, that title looks good on Bobby Lashley, especially with his physique, with all that physique he got, man. Wow. That title looks really good on him. You know, I can't fucking shit on the fact that Bobby Lashley does deserve a title run. So I think this was good. I have to say that this was good on WWE's part because Bobby Lashley does deserve a title run. His title run, he's had short title runs when he was in WWE, like that World Heavyweight Champion. Wasn't he World Heavyweight Champion once? He had that short run as World Heavyweight Champion. I think he was a former ECW champion too. But he's won a few titles in WWE, and he's only won a few. But this is great that Bobby Lashley is the new United States champion. You know what that could do for his run? This could do great. This could do wonders for Bobby Lashley's run as United States champion. I actually like it, even though I don't like the Hurt Business stable. Even though I don't like their stable, I still agree and think that this could do wonders for Bobby Lashley. Seeing Bobby Lashley as United States champion is pretty great. I'm not going to argue about it. I'm not going to shit on that. I'll take it. Bobby Lashley, United States champion, I'll take it, man. The Almighty, man. That's the Almighty, dude. You can't shit on the Almighty. I'm not going to shit on him. I'll personally take it, man. I'm not complaining, man. But you know, it is sad to see Apollo Crews' championship reign come to an end that quick like that. That is fucked up. That goes to show how much WWE wastes their talent on television. Obviously, he wasn't wasted because he did do good. He did put up a great performance. So, obviously, that tells me right there that he wasn't wasted. So, you might as well say Apollo Crews was sort of buried, but not that much buried. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining me, man. Of course, I'm Brandon Ingram here. Again, with your Payback review. Hit that like, subscribe button, turn on the bell for notifications. Of course, to never miss my Ingram Wrestling News videos that I try to upload each and every week. Some days it works out, some days it never does work out. Turn on those notifications to never miss my good content on my channel and to never miss my Monday Night Raw, SmackDown, and NXT live streams. Not my live streams, but my NXT, Monday Night Raw, and SmackDown reviews. There you go. SmackDown reviews that go live each and every week. I had to take the word live stream back because that's not what I normally say. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying, mate? So, yes, sir. I'm copying the A-list. Yes, sir. Speaking of A-list, I saw his review. He thought the show was great. I thought the show was decent. I don't know about great, but the show was decent. I mean, seems like the same thing to me, but I agree with him. I agree with the guy. I saw the A-list's his Payback review. I saw it, and he said the show was good. I agree with the guy. Honestly, the show was good. I don't need and if I see that people are complaining about Payback, I'm going to go the fuck off. I'm gonna be like, seriously, we got complainers on Twitter complaining about Payback. This pay-per-view wasn't even actually that bad. Half that bad. The women's tag team title match didn't make sense to me, but other than what we got on the show, man, this was pretty good. So, if y'all are ready to get started with if I'm ready to get started with my WWE Payback 2020 review, I'm pretty sure y'all are ready for me to get started here. So, let's get to it. So, the kickoff show, folks. They do that. That's their job. I'm guessing that's their job. I don't know, but I'm just guessing. But they always start off with a kickoff show every year. They do that. They didn't do that in the Attitude Era, though. Strange, right? Anyhow, kickoff show. So they start things off with Charlie Caruso, Booker T, Jerry Lawler, Peter Rosenberg, and JBL on the kickoff show. They review. At the next WWE pay-per-view is going to be Clash of Champions on September the 20th. Damn, they are really putting those pay-per-views on the schedule, aren't they? Good God damn. I guess WWE's known for putting a lot of goddamn pay-per-views on their goddamn schedules. Jeez, they're going to have the writers. They're going to drive the writers crazy in that damn office, man. Whatever the fuck's going on back there. But the first matchup for discussion was presumably the main event triple threat for the WWE Universal Championship, which the ending to me was fucking absolutely terrible. And I will explain why at the end. But, hey, we got a new Universal Champion. Can't complain. So I may not explain at the end because I actually just changed my mind and say, hey, we got a Universal Champion. Can't complain. I mean, I can't complain. I can't complain. We got a Universal Champion, Roman Reigns, right? Oh, I can't complain, right? I can't complain, right? Okay. Anyways, Rosenberg says it's crazy to see Roman Reigns with Paul Heyman. But how does Brock Lesnar react to that? JBL says Paul Heyman is the greatest manager ever, and Roman wants to be the best. So, of course. Anyways, JBL says Paul Heyman is the greatest manager ever, but Roman Reigns wants to be the best. So, of course, they're aligned. Booker agrees, and Lawler says that was one of the most shocking things he's ever seen. Charlie asks why he chose to align himself with Heyman, and JBL says it's a great way to nullify the mind games of Bray Wyatt. Lawler says he's the only one here to suffer the wrath of the Fiend, and you can't count him out. So we get a replay of Monday night Monday Night Raw, when Randy Orton punt kicked Drew McIntyre. He said, he punt Drew McIntyre 3 times. Yeah, that's 3 times enough to injure Drew McIntyre. That went too far right there, what Randy Orton did, man. He crossed the line there. I still can't believe he fucking did that shit. Was that even real? Was that even real? Was he even doing that in real life? Did he really want him to not to be champion like that? What's going on between them backstage? The panel talk about how courageous Keith Lee is for debuting against the Legend Killer. My back is hurting so bad. And that he might have bitten off more than he can chew. So after a video package for the women's tag team title match, the panel discuss if Baszler and Jax can possibly win the belts in their first match together. First of all, I don't even understand why this women's title match was even booked. It didn't make sense. Why would you throw Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax in a title match when they're not even a team? Still can't understand that shit. They're not even a fucking team, and you're throwing them in a goddamn title match. I still can't understand this shit. Somebody explain this goddamn shit to me, man. Seriously, now I'm complaining because of this shit. Because of this bullshit I'm mentioning. How can Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler think and say that doesn't make sense to them? I'm hoping they agree with this. Well, it wouldn't make sense for the Moronics to be in the title match because the Moronics are heels. The Iconics are heels. I guess they wanted to turn Nia Jax's face because they didn't have any other baby faces. Asuka wasn't even there. I don't even know if she's been tested for the virus or what. But Asuka wasn't there for some reason. And that right there, that, my friends, is strange. Why would Asuka not be at Payback? That's strange. I guess because she's taking a break because she is Raw Women's Champion. I guess as Raw Women's Champion, she can pretty much do what she wants. That is true. Champions can do what they want, right? Anyways, the panel discussed if Baszler and Jax can possibly win the belts in their first match together. Booker T and Lawler says he says that often you can find two complete opposites and they just click. However, JBL says that's Booker and says Harlem Heat are a great example of needing chemistry and love to make it work. Oh God. R-Truth shows up randomly and says he's sorry he's late. Truth thinks he's here for Raw Talk. They correct him, and he says he must have been looking at his 2019 calendar. JBL tells him he's live, and he says to cut the feed. They asked him about Bobby Lashley, and Truth doesn't like him because Lashley put him in Fool Nelson from The Simpsons. Truth eventually leaves, and Caruso apologizes, saying he has a few loose screws. So the panel talk about Big E, and Rosenberg says he loves the man. Booker says his next door neighbor is a nice guy too, but he has no titles. He says Big E needs to follow The Miz's advice and become more serious. JBL says Booker did the Spinaroni. The Spinaroni. What the hell is that? I don't even know. I'm moving on from that. Anyways, and was entertaining. JBL says there's a lot of guys in the back have no charisma, basically. So that's what he said. JBL says a lot of guys in the back have no charisma. Oh, really? Yeah, just like you, Mr. John JBL, John Lakefield. And could it put butts in seats if they were covered in glitter and you drop money from the ceiling? So long as Big E is entertaining, it doesn't matter. Booker says he has all the potential. He just needs to be able to shift gears when appropriate. Man, WWE just love to say negative things. Just like Jim Cornette. Just like the jackass Jim Cornette. Wow. Why can't people just mention positive things instead of negative things? Why do we always have to hear the fucking negative bullshit all the time? Please just stop with the negativity and think about the positivity for once. I try to be positive, but people just don't care, And I think I might have to take a moment of bliss in about, 10, 20 minutes, right? Yeah. Because I really got to go. So, plus I need to get something to drink because my mouth is fucking dry. So, we got the Riot Squad versus the Moronics! The Moronics, the Iconics, the don't get on my TV Onyx, get off my TV Onyx, the Iconics, the Moronics on my TV, on my screen right now. You're looking at them on the right side of your screen. Moronics. Alright, so let me stop playing. So here's what happened this match between the Riot Squad and the Iconics. The Moronics. So the match begins with Ruby and Billy. Ruby Riot kicks Peyton off the apron and attacks Billy before making an early tag to Liv. So Billy throws Ruby into the knees of Liv and makes a tag to Peyton. Royce kicks Liv and talks trash, but Liv fires back and tags Ruby. Wyatt beats on Peyton, but Royce ducks a clothesline and slaps the back of her head. Oh God, that probably had to hurt. That looked like that hurt. Ruby chases Peyton in around the ring, where Peyton hits her with a big boot. Back inside, Kay is legal and chokes Ruby on the bottom rope. Royce tags in again, and they forearm Ruby Riot and make fun of her as if she's their Barbie doll. That's how much they were making fun of her. Ruby looks for a roll-up to no avoid and gets caught with a clothesline. Kay tags back in and applies a submission to Ruby. Ruby Riot tries to fight out but gets slammed down. Kay stands on the hands of Ruby and kicks her in the ribs. Peyton tags in and kicks Ruby down, then applies a rear naked choke. So clearly, so far, this match was getting pretty interesting so far. And Ruby Riot looked like she was getting really serious. And really, can you blame her for getting serious? I mean, look at what Peyton Royce and Billy Kay did. They lit a fire in Ruby Riot. I mean, come on, you gotta admit it right now, right? You gotta admit that, right? They lit a fucking fire in Ruby Riot. They really did. Pretty sure they did. Pretty sure they did that tonight. Anyways, Ruby kicks Peyton down and looks to make a tag, but Kay pulls Liv off the apron. Billy Kay tells Liv that Ruby hit her, so Liv ridiculously believes it and walks off while they beat her up. Morgan changes her mind and takes a tag, then comes in hot against both Iconics. Liv hits an enziguri to Peyton, followed by a flying forearm off the middle rope. Liv hits a double stomp to the back of Peyton, tags Ruby. Peyton throws Liv out and tags Billy, but Liv breaks it to hit. I said hit. I didn't mean to say hit. Morgan drags Ruby to her corner and tags herself in. The Iconics look to hit the Deja Vu to Liv, but she kicks them off and hits Oblivion to Peyton. Morgan tags Ruby and they hit a code breaker into the Wyatt kick for the win. This was a good, very, very good win for the Wyatt squad. That was their way of getting their retribution on the Iconics, for making fun at them. For making fun of Ruby Riot, of course. This was a great win for the Wyatt squad. So Ruby and Liv joined the kickoff panel. Yeah, Ruby and Liv joined the kickoff panel after their match and clear up the confusion. Ruby says this is the first step for them and that she lives to riot. Charlie says that was a big win for them because the Iconics have been a pain in their ass. JBL says there's nothing like a good win to kick-start your career. The panel run down the card for Payback one last time before talking about Randy Orton and Keith Lee again. JBL says Randy Orton is a guy you can make your name off of. He's a guy who can and will hurt you. Keith Lee is every bit as great as people say, but he's stepping in the ring with a 13-time world champion. Booker says Lee is limitless, but he needs to learn DTA. Don't trust anybody. That's what DTA stand for. Lawler says Randy hurt Flair, so what will he do to Keith Lee? Rosenberg says as much momentum as Orton has, there is a lot of pressure on him to not lose 2 matches in a row. And that was it for the Payback kickoff show. The main card started last night. So, first match we got was Apollo Crews defending his United States Championship against Bobby Lashley with MVP Shelton Benjamin at ringside. Folks, I need to go take a huge break real quick because I got to take a moment to piss. And then I need to go get myself something to drink because my mouth is fucking completely dry. I can't even fucking feel anything. My mouth's completely dry, man. No kidding. When I say my mouth's completely dry, my mouth is completely fucking dry. No shit. I am not shitting you, folks. My mouth is completely dry, for real. Boy, I need to hurry up before I drain myself to death. Right now, my eyes feeling kind of heavy. I was feeling really heavy. So I'm going to tell you what happened with this match right after my break. I'm going to take a 5-10 minute break, folks. This is the first time I've ever taken breaks on a review. I have not gotten to do that. So stay right here, folks. Those of you that are joining, sit back on your couch. Sit back. Have a nice dinner. Have some nice dinner and a drink. Sit back and watch because I am going to, when I come back, I'm going to tell you all what happened with the match between Apollo Crews and Bobby Lashley and tell y'all the rest of what happened with all the other matches that took place on Payback tonight. So, be right back in about 10 minutes. Gotta go take a moment, please. Oh, I said please. Oh, I said please. Oh, God. Oh, man, I'm misspelling bad. I can't talk right today. I cannot talk right tonight. I'm stuttering like Steve Urkel. Folks, I'll be back in 10 minutes. Seriously, I gotta go take a moment to piss. And I gotta go get something to drink. And I had this mic off for a bit. Alright, folks, I'm back already. Alright, shall we continue? Yes. So, here's what happened to this United States Championship match between Apollo Crews and Bobby Lashley. So, the match begins and Lashley grabs a hold of Apollo and slams him down. Lashley maintains control until Apollo breaks free and hits a drop kick. Apollo tells him to show what he's got, and Lashley does just that. Lashley whips Apollo to the corner, and Crews jumps over him and hits a shoulder tackle that knocks Lashley out of the ring. Crews goes to the apron and hits a moonsault to Lashley. MVP and Benjamin step between Crews and Lashley. So they step between Crews and Lashley, keeping them apart. They get back into the ring, and Bobby slams Apollo into the buckles a few times before lifting him up and dropping him chest first on the top rope. Crews tumbles to the floor, and Lashley goes after him. Lashley gets Apollo on his shoulders and runs him into the ring post. Lashley takes a headlock in the middle of the ring. The champion fights up, but Lashley hits a fallaway slam and follows up with a shoulder tackle in the corner. Crews counters a suplex and hits an enziguri, but Lashley fires right back with a Dominator for a near fall. So Lashley runs at Apollo, but eats a boot. Crews gets fired up and beats Lashley into the corner. Hits a splash, then looks for the toss powerbomb, but Lashley fights him off. Apollo hits a spine buster, does the Wakanda Forever pose for Chadwick Boseman, and lands a standing moonsault for a near fall. Apollo signals he signals for the end, lifts Lashley up in a military press, but Bobby drops down and shoves him into the buckles. Apollo hits a German suplex, then another, and goes up top. Crews hits a 5-star frog splash for a near fall. Crews attacks Bobby in the corner, but gets elbowed, and Lashley hits a massive one-handed spine buster. Lashley lines up the full Lashley, and Lashley lines up the full Nelson, and Apollo taps, basically. So your winner and the new United States champion, Bobby Lashley. It was a really solid match. Those two had very good chemistry. MVP drags a photographer over to take a good picture of them strapping the title on Lashley and posing together. The video then cuts to the supposed pictures the photographer took. Apollo attacks them as they're celebrating, but Benjamin and MVP beat him out of the ring. He says he's getting his title back. And I'm pretty sure that Apollo Crews will get his title back. I'm honestly confident that he will get it back. I really am. Honestly, I am confident that he'll get it back. Very good, very, very good United States title match between Apollo Crews and Lashley. Lashley wins that United States champion as expected. He wins it. And it's back to catering for Apollo Crews. That's the bad thing about it, though. It's been a good run for Apollo Crews. It's been one for Apollo Crews' one and only title in WWE. So, that's all I got to say. I'm moving on. So, we see a replay of last Friday's SmackDown, where Roman Reigns got the contract for his match that night. So, it was revealed his alliance with Paul Heyman. So, he got the contract and revealed his alliance with Paul Heyman. Kayla Braxton is outside Roman Reigns' locker room when Paul Heyman appears. She asks if Roman is his client and how he did it. Heyman insults her and says if he needs to cite his accolades, they'd be here all night. He reiterates that Roman Reigns said he would sign the contract, so he most likely will. Keith Lee is shown warming up backstage, and in walks JBL. Lee is happy to see him, and JBL says he's enjoyed watching Lee's work. He hands him a card with the names of some hedge funds. An entry fee of $1 million. JBL says if he can beat a guy like Randy Orton, he'll be well on his way. But if he doesn't win tonight, he shouldn't feel bad, because Orton is one of the all-time greats. He really is the all-time greats. That is true. Not going to shit on Orton for that. He's an all-time great. So we got Big E versus Sheamus, a very, very good singles match. Seemingly continuing Big E's run. Of course, they are. So here's what happened this match between Big E and Sheamus. So the bell rings and they lock up and jockey for control. They separate and go to another stiff lockup. Sheamus is getting frustrated and takes the wrist to force E to the ropes. Big E grabs the wrist, but Sheamus elbows him off and takes the waist with him. He takes the waist himself, basically, only for Big E to throw him off. Sheamus kicks the gut and hits a headlock takedown. Big E shoots him off, drops down, leapfrog, and hits a big back elbow. Sheamus suckers Big E out of the ring and looks to his 10 bits of the Bonneron, but Big E fights free and drops him. Big E looks to hit a splash on the apron, but Sheamus moves and he crashes to the floor. Sheamus stomps Big E and starts working on his left leg. Sheamus applies a single leg Boston Crab, but Big E kicks him off, only for Sheamus to fire right back with a kick to the face. Sheamus heads up top and jumps, but gets caught with a belly to belly. Then another Sheamus headbutts him, but gets caught with a Uranagi, something Bray Wyatt uses. Uranagi for a near fall. Oh, I know another person who uses that, Samoa Joe. Anyways, Sheamus rolls to the apron, and Big E looks to hit the spear through the ropes, but Sheamus hits a flying shoulder tackle. Big E hits a body attack, then does a little dance, which gives Sheamus time to lift him up and hit an Alabama slam. Sheamus applies a modified cloverleaf, but Big E reaches the bottom rope to force the break.
Bray used to do a beautiful Uranagi. Sorry, no idea how to spell it. Smile.
With the spear through the ropes, Big E gets fired up and puts Sheamus back inside and attempts the big ending, but Sheamus applies a heel hook on the bad leg. Big E fights off, but gets hit with a knee for a 2 count. Big E dodges the bro kick and hits a power bomb, followed by the big ending for the win. So the winner was Big E. WWE is continuing his singles run the correct way. It's rightfully, creatively continuing it. Hopefully it stays that way for now. After the match, Big E heads to the commentary table and tells Corey Graves to inform the people he's here and he means business. So Matt Riddle's interviewed by a new woman whose name that supposedly Ringside News missed. And she asked how motivated he was tonight. So basically, Matt Riddle. He says he's motivated. I wish I know who the woman's name is, but I don't know either, folks. But anyways, Matt Riddle says he's always motivated, but Corbin has been killing his vibe since he came to SmackDown. He says the King of Bros is going to steal the crown from the king. The interviewer asks him to respond to King Corbin's tweet that he's a failure in the ring and as a husband, and Riddle gets mad and walks off. Okay, don't get me wrong, this is a very, very good feud between Matt Riddle and Baron Corbin, but because I think Matt Riddle should be the king of the ring. That's the only reason why I think this is a good feud. Because Matt Riddle, this could lead to Matt Riddle becoming the king of the ring, and I hope it does, because he deserves it. But does Baron Corbin have to cut terrible promos every fucking time? Really? Why do we need Baron Corbin cutting terrible promos? Somebody needs to get with Baron Corbin and help this man with his promos and his character. He's not doing a fucking good job with his promo and his characters. He needs to work on his fucking promos. Stop cutting terrible goddamn promos in the ring. Jesus Christ, you remind me of a few superstars who's done the same thing as Baron Corbin. I'm not gonna say their names, but he reminds me of some of them, a few tiny bit of them. One of them's Nia Jax. I ain't gonna mention no other names. King Corbin's terrible fucking promos reminds me of Nia Jax's promos. How terrible her promos is. Oh, and speaking of Nia Jax, oh, fucking great. Now her name just got mentioned. Fucking great. Nia Jax joins Shayna Baszler backstage. So Jax says she's confident that they can win tonight if she follows her lead. Shayna says they'll be just fine if Jax stays out of her way. They shove each other, then agree not to speak. Oh God, we got WWE's typical garbage, King Corbin versus Matt Riddle. One of Dan's favorite wrestlers, apparently. And I can tell you right now, he's not my favorite wrestler, because he's fucking garbage. What he does in the ring, his goddamn character and his promos suck. I just got through saying that from the beginning in the open. From the beginning when I was reading about King Corbin. Here, and yep, there he is. There he is. do I keep seeing King Corbin on my TV? Nobody wants to see King Corbin on television. He is fucking terrible. Absolutely nauseating terrible. I'm tired of seeing Corbin on my TV. Much as I'm tired of seeing Chad Gable. See? I don't talk about all the superstars. That's Jim Cornette. I'm not Jim Cornette, folks. You know damn well that I am not no Jim Cornette. I don't talk about all of the superstars, just a tiny bit of them. There's only been 3. There's only been fucking 3 I've been talking about. Only 3 superstars that I don't even fucking like. Only 3 superstars so far that I don't even fucking like. Well, actually, make that 4 because I did say I didn't like the Moronics either, so. If they had better characters, yeah, I like them too. But obviously the characters are fucking awful. Baron Corbin, Nia Jax, and the Iconics characters are all awful. I mean, Baron Corbin's attire looks good on him, but his fucking character is awful. His promo was awful. His fucking attire is great. I like the gold. The gold, man. I like the gold, man. One of my second or third favorite colors. So, and I like the fact that he's got a Golden Gloves background. I mean, he reminds you of a heavy MMA boxer, you know. I just want them to do better with his character and his promos, man. I feel bad for Corbin because of what they are doing with him, man. It's just not right. This is not fucking right. And WWE knows this shit. They know this shit is not right. They want to do it because they're fucking lazy. No, absolutely nauseating, lazy, creatively lazy. That's why. Just like they're lazy, randomly throwing Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax in the women's title match. Yeah, just like that. That lazy. That's how lazy WWE really is, man. Unreal. It's not that hard to work on Corbin's character, man. It's not that hard to get somebody to work on his character in promos. Come on, man. Use your fucking brains, WWE. Jesus Christ, man. Anyways. So here's what happened with this match between Corbin and Matt Riddle. So, Riddle gets into the ring and kicks his flops off. Corbin cheap shots him. Corbin forces Riddle to the corner and stomps a mud hole in him. Riddle rolls outside and Corbin goes after, punching him across the announce table. And not only did it punch him across the announce desk, back in the ring, Corbin elbows Riddle in the neck as well and applies a chin lock. Riddle fights back and kicks the chest of Corbin in the corner. Riddle jumps into a Kimura, but Corbin counters into a body slam. Riddle ducks under Corbin and jumps on his back for a sleeper hold. Corbin drops down to hit a jawbreaker, but Riddle quickly goes back to the sleeper. Corbin slings Riddle off and runs for the out and in clothesline. Corbin punches Riddle, applies a chicken wing. Riddle fights free but gets caught with a sidewalk slam. Corbin attempts a single leg Boston Crab, but Riddle kicks him off. Corbin looks for the out and in clothesline again, but Riddle head kicks him and he rolls out. Riddle gets Corbin back inside and hits a kick. Some running forearms, the Broton, and a running kick for a near fall. Riddle lands some open hand strikes and a kick, but Corbin drops him with a right hand. Corbin hits the deep six for a 2 count and gets frustrated. Riddle hits a liver kick and the bro to sleep, then goes up top and hits a floating bro for the win. Really? A floating bro? What the hell is that? Floating blow. What? Did they even explain what that is? I don't get it. It's like WWE names their superstars. It's like WWE gives their superstars new signature names, signature move names, or new move names, and they don't even tell us what it is. They don't even exactly explain to us what the move is and why the move is being named that move. Why the move name is being named that move. I don't get it. I just don't understand it, man. So anyways, Riddle is walking backstage, and I'm glad this was a good win for Riddle. I'm glad they let Riddle win. I'm glad they used him correctly on TV. At the pay-per-view Payback, I'm glad they used him correctly on TV. They did. They didn't waste him. I'm glad. He got the win. Good for him. Proud. He deserved that win. He deserves to get used right, just like Keith Lee. That's why I said Keith Lee got used differently when he made his Raw debut. When Matt Riddle made his SmackDown debut, he got used right. But anyways, Matt Riddle is walking backstage, and he stopped for an interview. He starts talking, but Corbin attacks him from behind. I thought it said taking, but it said talking. But I got it right, though. The second time. First time I didn't, but the second time I did. Maybe I'm just too fucking sleepy. Anyways, Corbin slams him into a table and punches him until he's pulled away by officials. I got a few things to say about this match and King Corbin and Matt Riddle before I read to y'all what happened with the match between the Golden Role Models and the Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax for the Women's Tag Team Champions. Hang on. Something in my fucking eye. I can't get it out. What the fuck is in my eye? What the fuck is in my eye? What is that? So, look. Good win. Like I said, I'm going to say it again. Good win for Matt Riddle. Good, very, very, very good win for Matt Riddle. Ow. Oh. Good win for him. But here's the thing. I never knew beating Baron Corbin was an upset victory. This dude is a glorified loser. Baron Corbin's a glorified loser. And Matt Riddle winning over no one should be an upset. Honestly. But Matt Riddle getting his win over Baron Corbin was a great win. Still was a great win. His first victory, his first WWE pay-per-view victory This is even Keith Lee's. Yeah, even Keith Lee had his first Payback pay-per-view victory over Randy Orton. I'm going to talk about that match later on. Excuse me. Man, that soda sure is making me fucking burp. So, we get the WWE Women's Tag Team Titles Championship. Yeah, I said it right. The WWE Women's Tag Team Titles match. Or the Women's Tag Team Champions match. You got the Golden Role Models versus Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax. Yes, folks, I said Nia Jax. For those of you who are not fans of Nia Jax, I don't blame you. I wouldn't be either. So here's what happens with the match between the Golden Role Models, Shayna Baszler, and Nia Jax. So Nia looks to start the match with Banks, but Shayna tags herself in. They trade shots with Baszler getting the better of the exchange, but Sasha tries to use her speed. Sasha jumps to the middle rope, but Baszler kicks her face repeatedly, then throws her. Bayley gets a tag and Sasha runs at Baszler, but gets tossed out of the ring. Bayley gets slammed and Baszler manipulates the joint. Bayley suckers Shayna into Nia Jax, knocking her to the floor where she clutches her ankle. The champs double team Baszler in the corner and Banks tags in to apply an abdominal stretch. Nia slams Bayley, not the barricade. He slams Bayley to the barricade, then slams Banks into it repeatedly. Jax tags in and steamrolls Bayley. Sasha and Bayley, my favorite best duo on the WWE, look to double team Nia and force their attack on her injured leg. Bayley hits a lariat, but Nia doesn't fall. Then catches a crossbody and slams her down. Nia lifts Bayley up, but Sasha pulls her off. Jax lifts Sasha and knocks Bayley down. Then drops Banks on Bayley. Jax leg drops Bayley, but gets caught with a knee bar. Nia stands up and walks to her corner, with Bayley hanging on her leg to tag Shayna Baszler. The former UFC fighter hits running knees to both role models and hits a gut-wrench suplex and knee to Bayley. Banks tags in and she eats a gut-wrench as well. Jax tags in and tosses Sasha to the corner and throws them into each other, and Nia double splashes them. Banks counters a powerbomb with a facebuster and both are down. Bayley comes in for an elbow drop, and Sasha hits a frog splash for a near fall, while Bayley hits the belly to Bayley on Baszler. Banks knees Nia, then kicks her in the head and tags Bayley. They look for a double team move, but Shayna tags herself in as the champions hit a backdrop to Nia. Baszler grabs Bayley with a Karafuda clutch. And seamlessly gets Sasha Banks in a leg submission. Sasha looks to grab her, but Baszler uses Sasha's arm to choke Bayley, and they tap out. So Charlie gets into the ring to interview Nia and Shane, the title into the camera. This match didn't make sense to begin with. I don't even know why this match was even booked for Payback. I don't even know why they even just randomly thrown Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax. They didn't even explain as to why they put Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler in the women's tag team championship match picture. You know, in the women's tag team title picture. I don't understand why Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax was put in this tag team title match. It didn't make sense. It doesn't make sense at all to me. Absolutely makes zero sense to me. Period. And it really did not make sense. But the ending of the match was absolutely fan-fucking-tastic. Nia Jax, Shayna Baszler are your new women's tag team champions. Even this women's title match absolutely made no sense. To me, why would, and I said it, why would they even book this match? I said it about 2-3 times. They would even book this match only for Sasha Banks and Bayley to get absolutely buried. Booking this match only for them to get absolutely buried. Wow, man. Wow, 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 and wow. Fantastic ending still, though. But it's still something about this match. Still didn't make sense, man. I don't know if it's the storyline or if it's this feud that didn't make sense. I mean, Nia Jax is technically a heel. Bayley and Sasha Banks are heels too. Why is there 3 heels and 1 babyface in a 2-on-2 tag team match? It just doesn't fit. It just doesn't fit it, man. It just doesn't fit. Nia Jax is not a babyface. She's a heel. Shayna Baszler is a babyface. She's the only babyface in the 2-on-2 tag team match, teaming up with a heel against 2 other heels. How does this make sense? Someone tell me, how can you justify this shit? Really? Really? I just really don't understand. I don't understand it. Okay. So, anyways, I'm gonna move on. Don't even remember what I was gonna say. I was gonna say something else, but I don't even remember. Anyways, I'm moving on. Sat there and thought for 5 minutes, and I couldn't get an idea of what I was gonna say. So the next match was the limitless one, Keith Lee versus Randy Orton, the Legend Killer. You know this was a dream match. This was going to be a match for the fucking ages. Yes, folks, I said, you know this is going to be a match for the ages. And it certainly was. It certainly was. My eyes is burning. That's why I'm kind of taking my time here. My eyes are kind of bothering me. Folks, I might do that live stream about Jim Cornette tomorrow, or maybe later on today. Because after this, I think I'm gonna go to bed. I'm tired. I really don't want to do. I really don't want to do another YouTube live stream till later on today. I'll do it later on. But right now, I want to get this live stream over so I can rest my eyes. And there's a fucking fruit fly flying in my goddamn room. Anyways. So anyways, here's what happened with this one-on-one dream match between Randy Orton and Keith Lee. The match gets underway and Orton circles Lee before locking up and taking a headlock. Lee shoots off. He shoots him off and Orton looks for a shoulder but bounces off. Orton hits the ropes, but Lee leapfrogs him and hits a crossbody that takes the wind out of Orton. Randy tells Lee who he is and demands respect, then lands some big chops to the chest. Lee gets mad and blocks an Irish whip before chopping Randy down with two hands. Randy rolls outside and Lee chases after. But the Viper back suplexes Lee on the announce desk. Lee gets back in the ring for 8. But Orton starts stomping his extremities. Orton goes to a headlock to grind the big man down. Lee fights up and hits a pounce that sends Orton out the ring. So he goes after Orton and back suplexes him on the announce table. Lee gets Orton back inside, but Orton grabs him on the apron for the draping DDT. Orton readies himself and looks for the RKO, but Lee counters and hits the Spirit Bomb for the win. Keith Lee's first Payback pay-per-view win. The first win on the main roster. That's for sure. So yeah, that was good. That was an absolutely good win for Keith Lee. But honestly, Orton losing is fine. Orton losing is fine. But Keith Lee's theme music has changed again. And it sounds even more worse than the one they gave him on Raw, folks. I mean, what the fuck was that bullshit? I mean, what was that bullshit? I don't get it. Orton losing is fine. But honestly, I'm happy that Keith Lee got the win. Got his first WWE pay-per-view singles win on the main roster. Great job using him correctly on TV tonight. Great job using them on TV last night, WWE. Gotta be impressed with WWE now. Now that they're trying to at least use them right on TV. At least they're trying. No, they're not going to be trying for Apollo Crews. So now Apollo Crews is not the United States champion anymore. But it is what it is. I guess. I don't know. I guess it is what the fuck it is. Paul Heyman is walking backstage, but Caleb Braxton stops him to ask again if Roman Reigns will compete tonight. Heyman says if she watched TV, she would know Roman promised he would show up, wreck everyone, and leave as champion. And, well, she can believe that. So we got Seth Rollins and Murphy versus Rey and Dominic Mysterio. Yes, folks. We got Seth Rollins, Murphy versus Rey Mysterio and Dominic Mysterio. Oh, what's wrong with my eyes, man? Damn. Here. I was burning that thing. Damn. The fuck? Hold on, I'm getting these superstars up in a minute. My eyes is burning like crazy. Folks, give me a minute. My eyes burning like crazy. Alright. I need to find Buddy Murphy. Excuse me again, by the way. Where is Rey Mysterio? I don't have Dominic Mysterio yet, but I will, don't worry. So here's what happened with this tag team match. So the bell rings and Dominic, he tells them to bring it, but Seth stops Murphy and gets in himself. Seth gets in and kicks Dominic, then throws him over the ropes. He throws him over the ropes. Dominic hits a springboard arm drag, and Seth flees under the ropes to the floor where he gets angry and slaps the announce desk. Murphy tags in and Dominic hits him with an arm drag. Then a tilt-a-whirl arm drag and a drop kick. Rey tags in and they hit a Russian leg sweep, drop kick, double team. Seth continues in. Well, Seth comes in and taunts Rey, who slaps him and starts to throw hands and feet. Rollins whips him to the corner, but Rey comes back with a hurricanrana. Seth lifts Rey up for a gut buster, Seth tries again, but Ray shrugs him off. Murphy gets the tag, but Ray knocks him off the apron. Seth slides Ray out the ring, belly first, and Ray lands on Murphy's knees. Murphy beats Ray against the apron, then gets him back inside, and they double team him. Seth is legal for all of 2 seconds before tagging Murphy to hit the same move. Ray finally dodges Seth's shoulder tackle and catches Murphy with a bulldog, and then tag to Dominique, who jumps at both with a crossbody, but gets caught and tossed. Seth stomps him down before tagging Murphy. So he gets stomped down before tagging Murphy, and he continues the beatdown. Murphy slams Doom for a 2 count, then goes to an middle stretch. Dom hits a jawbreaker to get free, but scopers a tag attempt and tags Seth, who body slams Dominique and stares at Ray. Dominique is tossed out of the ring, and Murphy grabs him, but Dom turns the tables and sends Murphy into the barricade. Seth leaps at Dominique and misses, allowing Dom to get inside and tag his father. Ray comes in like lightning and hits a head scissors to Seth, and slams him into the buckles, and goes up top for a moonsault and a near fall. Ray drop kicks the knee, and Seth falls out on the middle rope. Mysterio looks for the 619, but Seth moves and lifts him for a powerbomb. But Ray reverses into a Hurricane Rana in a kick. Murphy comes in and drops Ray, but Dominique then hits him with a tornado DT. Seth catches Dom with a sling blade. He catches Dom with a sling blade, then Ray hits a seated senton, but Rollins counters a tilt-a-whirl with a backbreaker, and both men are down. Dominique and Murphy brawl on the floor. Ray slides under Seth's leg and suicide dives into Murphy. Ray goes up top and jumps at Seth, but gets caught with knees to the gut. Seth hits a what you call that? The Avada Cadavora, the Avada Cadavora for a near fall. Whatever the fuck that shit's called. Rollins redeems himself for the stomp, but Ray dodges, only to get caught with a wheelbarrow facebuster. Dom breaks the pin attempt and throws Murphy to the floor. I don't know why they gave Seth Rollins that move name. It's stupid. People don't know what that is. People can't You can't just give a superstar a name that people's not going to understand, that people don't know what it is. You know, I'm just saying. Anyways, Seth attacks Dominique and they take him outside and slam him into the barricade. Seth pulls Ray out and does the same to him. Rollins gets Ray back inside. He gets Ray back inside and lifts him up for a buckle bomb, but Ray counters with a hurricanrana, and Murphy inadvertently kicks Seth. Ray drops Murphy on the middle rope. He makes a tag, and Dom throws and hits a frost splash to Murphy for the win. It's a good win for Rey Mysterio and Dominique. Sorry, I may have been talking different. I had something in my mouth. Seth looks angry as all hell after the match and leaves Murphy standing alone at ringside. So then we see the Hurt Business walking backstage, all in suit and all smiles with Lashley's big title win early that night. So the main event of the evening. The main event was a no holds barred match for the Universal Championship. It was the Fiend Bray Wyatt versus Braun Strowman versus Roman Reigns. A lot of people were not happy that the Fiend lost this match. I'll tell you right now, it wasn't the Fiend that won this match. I'm going to read to you all what happened in this main event. So as Bray Wyatt is in the ring for his entrance, he is attacked by Braun Strowman from behind. And the referee rings the bell. Strowman beats him into the corner and hits the running power slam for a 2 count. The Fiend pops up, but Strowman punches him into the corner. Braun looks for a splash, but Wyatt comes out with a body attack. The Fiend hits Sister Abigail for a 2 count. Braun rolls outside and the Fiend goes after. They brawl on the floor until Bray hits a Uranagi through the announce table. See Alexa Bliss watching on a monitor backstage, looking glassy-eyed. Bray goes under the ring and pulls out his huge mallet, but as he walks back towards Braun Strowman, he gets one of the big litter chairs thrown in his face. Braun Strowman clubbers Bray down onto the steel steps, then looks to hit him with the mallet, but Wyatt kicks him away. Wyatt kicks him away. So then Fiend throws Braun into the barricade, then hits him in the chest with the mallet. The Fiend screams to himself and laughs, then smacks Braun into the steel steps. Bray snaps Braun's neck and removes the top from the steel steps. and hits the big move. He hits the big man with them. Again, we see Bliss watching as Bray slams him into the barricade again. The fight moves up the ramp where the Fiend does the neck snap again. Strowman slams Bray into the LED Titron and both men fall down. Strowman fights out of Sister Abigail and tackles Bray off the stage through a table. Braun gets up first and drags Wyatt back down to the ring. Braun goes up top, but Bray punches him and climbs up with him. Wyatt superplexes Strowman and the ring breaks, and that's when the big dog chooses to make his entrance. Roman comes down to the ring with Paul Heyman in a chair. Reigns signs the contract on the stage, then walks down to the ring and looks for a referee. An official runs down, but Bray kicks out, so Roman tries again. Roman then tries pinning Braun, but he kicks out. Roman grabs a chair and hits Braun with it. Hits Braun with it half a dozen times for a near fall. Roman looks baffled, so he lifts the chair and moves to Bray, but gets caught with the mandible claw. Reigns swings a kick to low blow Bray, and both of them fall out the ring. Roman gets back inside and hits Braun with a spear for the win. So, Roman Reigns, folks, is your new Universal Champion. Shit. They are burning the fuck. There's a flute fly in here that needs to get out of here. Thing is getting on my nerves. So, seemingly after this match, Roman takes his championship and walks up the ramp to rejoin Paul Heyman. Payback goes off air with Heyman holding Roman's arm up the stage. It's a new era. Folks, here's my thoughts and my reaction to that. Want to know what it is? Want to know my thoughts and reaction to that? Well, I'll give you my thoughts and my reaction to that. I'm telling you right fucking now. I'm telling you right now. Roman Reigns is Universal Champion. So all of you Bray Wyatt fans, WWE fans, I'm telling you now, can kiss the Fiend's run as Universal Champion goodbye. But if the match starts without you, you do not get a title shot. Whoever booked this horrendous main event is a complete fucking idiot. How could you book a garbage ending like this, man? How could you let a garbage ending happen? Seriously. Really. And then you got people saying that people are complaining and saying the Fiend is buried. People are complaining for a reason. People are complaining because they are expressing their feelings on how the Fiend lost. They're expressing their feelings and saying that the Fiend didn't deserve to lose the match. Yeah, the Fiend didn't deserve to lose the match because he just became Universal Champion. Why would he have to give his title? Why? It's the Fiend. Why would they book the Fiend to lose again? It makes absolutely no fucking sense whatsoever. They booked this match almost as if it was as if they didn't care if the Fiend was going to win or lose or not. WWE doesn't care about the Fiend, man. WWE cares about what they want. They don't care about what the WWE fans want. They care about what the fuck they want. That's what I'm talking about. What I mean by idiot creative, man. This is what I'm talking about. What I mean by terrible creative, man. Terrible fucking management and creative. This is what I'm talking about. I can't stand when creative and management do stuff wrong with these shows, man. And these matches. This fucking triple threat ending was fucking terrible. I don't care what anybody says. This ending was fucking terrible. Absolutely fucking terrible. Man, Roman Reigns start as a heel is absolutely fucking nauseating shitty as hell. Man, they is ruining Roman Reigns, man. Big time. They is ruining Roman Reigns big time as a heel. Wow, dude. WWE and their shitting creative, man. I'm telling you. It is fucking ridiculous. This show was decent, man. Even though I am tired of WWE and their shitting creative, man. Absolutely. Makes no sense. This main event was absolutely one of the most illogical fucking ass backwards creative decisions WWE's ever made. Since Monday. Oh, question is, Reigns had a Money in the Bank contract? I never knew. My buddy JD never knew. Nobody else never knew. Everybody else that didn't know he had a Money in the Bank contract never knew. How are we supposed to fucking know if they don't fucking tell us anything? How are we all supposed to know if they don't fucking tell us anything? I don't get it. I really don't. I don't get it. I don't fucking get it. What I just said made logic fucking sense. What I said is the fucking truth. Jesus Christ, dude. But, you know what? I can't shit on this show. This show was decent. That tag team match between Buddy Murphy and Rollins, Rey Mysterio, and Dominique was really good. And Wilbur Wyatt did good in the ring. The Wyatt squad, they did really good in the ring. Liv Morgan, of course, she always does good in the ring. She does better than the fucking moronics, the stuponics, the idiotics, the iconics, the trionics, the most terrible hashtag on the goddamn planet, the trionics. And the women's tag team match, man, still did not make sense to me. They might as well burn those goddamn women's tag team champions. Or they could have just had Sasha Banks and Bayley defending them at NXT. Defend those titles against all the other women tag teams in the NXT roster. That's better than booking a women's tag team title match for Payback. I mean, let's be honest, if I'm right, am I right or wrong? I think having Sasha Banks and Bayley defending their titles against the some of the women tag teams in the NXT roster, I would much rather see them defending their titles against the WWE female NXT tag teams on the NXT roster than defending them against Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler. Come on, man, let's be honest. But you know what? I'll admit this, and I'm not gonna fucking complain. I'll admit, Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler, those titles look good on them. They legitimately look good on them. And I'm glad for them, and I'm happy for them that they're women's tag team champions. I'm not gonna fucking complain. Hey, I'm glad. I'm not gonna shit on them. I'm glad. But I am gonna fucking shit on WWE Creative for that fucking terrible ending to the main event. I'm gonna shit on that shit. And I'm also gonna shit on the fact that Apollo Crews' reign as United States Champion came to a fucking end. Sadly. And JD said, watch. He said, I guarantee you they are going to put that title on Bobby Lashley. And what did they do? And he was exactly right. They put the title on Bobby Lashley. Boy, oh boy, did some of us see this coming or what? Because I know I did. I even said on one of my reviews, I said Apollo Crews' reign as United States Champion is getting ready to come to an end soon. And that's exactly what happened. I said that on one of my Monday Night Raw reviews 2 months ago. But you know what? The title looks, like I said earlier in the review, I'm going to say it again. The title looks good on Bobby Lashley. Absolutely looks good on Bobby Lashley. Bobby Lashley looks like a real champion. I would much rather say that when he's a babyface than a heel. He looks good as a heel. He looks badass as a heel as a United States Champion, though. You got to fucking admit. I'll admit, even though I don't like MVP, I'll admit he has been doing a good job managing Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin. I will give MVP a little credit. Even though I don't like him, I will give him credit. Even though I don't like him, I'll give him credit. See? You don't see me acting like Jim Cornette. You don't see me acting like these pussy-ass bitch Jim Cornette. This goddamn psychopath who's always commenting negative things about WWE superstars. See, that's not me. I've only commented negative things about a tiny bit, not a lot. See, Jim Cornette has commented a lot of negative things about a lot of superstars. I'm not Jim Cornette. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not the jackass Jim Cornette. I'm not him. And speaking of Jim Cornette, I'm going to be telling you more about him today because my everything you need to know about this blithering fucking idiot jackass Jim Cornette part 1 is going to be live today. Later on today. It won't be right after this. I said at first it was going to be next, but I'm actually postponing it to later on this afternoon. Because I need to get some rest. I'm tired. My eyes is bothering me really bad. I don't know why the fuck they are, but they're really bothering me. I don't know what the fuck's in my eye, but it's fucking burning like crazy. But I'm alright. Anyways, folks. This show was decent. It was a pretty good show. I'm not gonna complain. I'm not gonna shit on WWE, but I am shitting on creative and management because they, as always, they always fail. Just like Vince and Bruce always fails. Oh, you know something? They want to give us a good Payback show, but yet they don't want to work on boosting up the Monday Night Raw ratings. Funny, isn't it? It's funny they give us a good Payback show. It's funny they give us a good old Payback show. But yeah, they don't want to work on building new stars? You think if you think for 1 second that WWE is fucking fooling me, you gotta be a son of a goddamn bitch. You gotta be a fucking goddamn idiot if you think WWE is fooling me. They are not fooling me. You think I'm stupid? Just because you gave us a good show doesn't mean that you built new stars. Because you haven't been doing it. And you need to start doing it. And you should have been doing it. But you know what? It seems to me like they're slowly doing it instead of doing it faster. I mean, Keith Lee and Matt Riddle are new stars coming to the roster. At least I will give WWE a little credit. Now, I'm not going to shit on that much on that. I will give them a little credit. They have brought some new stars to the roster. They called up Keith Lee and Matt Riddle. I'll admit, great decision by WWE calling both of these superstars to the roster. But if you're not going to use them right, you might as well put them back in NXT. You might as well demote them back to NXT if you're not going to use Matt Riddle and Keith Lee right way on TV. And if you're going to keep changing Keith Lee's entrance, you might as well demote his ass back to NXT at this point. Because why on earth would you change Keith Lee's theme music? Everybody wants Keith Lee's old entrance music because it was a whole lot better than the new music he's got now. And then we got clowns on Twitter shitting on us, telling us to shut the hell up and be grateful that Keith Lee's on the main roster. Hey, why don't you shut the hell up and let us do our jobs and let us say what we want. Let us say what we feel like it. Why don't you shut the hell up and let us speak our minds and let us speak the truth. The truth is they should have never changed this entrance music. That is the goddamn truth. You don't see Matt Riddle's entrance music change, do you? So why are they changing Keith Lee's music if they're not changing Matt Riddle's music? It's not making sense. It's like they're giving Matt Riddle all the glory on the main roster, but now they're trying, it's like they're giving all Matt Riddle the glory, but not giving Keith Lee the glory. Is there some kind of racism shit going on in the WWE again? Could WWE be bringing the racist shit back again? Something tells me there's some racial shit going on again. Because every time, it seems like the white wrestlers are always on top. And it seems like the white wrestlers are always on top, and the black African American female male wrestlers are not. Is there some kind of racism going on? Y'all thinking what I'm thinking? I think this is why, it's one of the reasons why Vince McMahon needs to step down as chairman. He's friends with Donald Trump, and nobody likes the fact that he's friends with Donald Trump. Nobody even likes Vince McMahon. He sounds like a 75-year-old man. He sounds like a dog. He talks like this. I want Roman Reigns. I want Roman. I want you to go, Adam Pearce. I want you to go up there and get Roman Reigns to sign that goddamn contract. I want you to knock on the door. If he doesn't come to the door, just push the door. Whoa, 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 whoa. Mr. Man's talking like a sad fucking dog. He's talking like a wet dog. He probably smells like wet dog. But, yeah. Mr. Man, 70-something-year-old man talking like a wet dog. Talking. He's got a voice of a old dog. Just like Jim Cornette has a voice of a goddamn cat. Oh, by the way, Jim Cornette looks like a cat too. Let's see how you like it when you wanna. Let's see how you like it, Jim, when you talk your shit and commenting on every superstar, commenting every negative thing about every superstar, about everybody on social media. Now, I'm talking my shit about you. Now let's see how the fuck you like it. Now let's see how you fucking like it, Jim Cornette. You know what? Jim Cornette looks like a lot of things. Number one, he looks like darn Brian from Family Guy. Number two, he looks like fucking Stewie. He's got a fucking size of Stewie. His head is the size of Stewie's head. Number three, he's gonna be looking like this controller when I put him on blast again. When I start talking my shit about him again, talking my same shit. Number four, he's not gonna like what I'm about to tell y'all about him. What I'm about to tell y'all about him later on today. I'm gonna be telling y'all some old news that Ringside News put out, that my sources put out about Jim Cornette. Some old news, and I actually believe it. This is real fucking news. Now, on my YouTube live stream, I told y'all about Jim Cornette's career. I told y'all about his controversies. I'm going to be telling y'all his controversies again, so y'all will know. So that way everybody will know, because I know there's going to be different people getting on. There's different people on YouTube and on Twitter every day. So I'm going to be reminding y'all about his controversies again, so you will never forget. And I'm going to remind y'all the feuds he was with again. And then I'm going to be telling y'all the old news that Ringside News put out about Jim Cornette, commenting on on a lot of these wrestlers and journalists and all these other people he's been making negative comments about. It's almost as if he's like JBL. No, I'm just playing. I wouldn't want JBL to be like Jim Cornette, though. But seriously, Jim Cornette is a fucking murderer. He's a fucking psychopath. He's like Michael Morris. Oh, guess what else? Doesn't he remind you of Kabuto from Naruto? Yeah, he reminds me of Kabuto with those fucking glasses. Those goddamn glasses. You know what he really looks like? Godzilla. He looks like Godzilla. That's what Jim Cornette looks like. Godzilla. Yep, he looks like Godzilla. Oh, man. It looks like Destroyer from Godzilla, too. From that Godzilla movie. Oh, not to mention he looks like Space Godzilla. Oh, man. And you want to know who else Jim Cornette looks like? A goddamn terrible goddamn alien. Oh, man. His neck looks like the size of a goddamn giraffe. His neck even looks like the size of a damn giant curtain. Good God, man. What the fuck? Oh, not to mention Jim Cornette looks like the KFC man. Hey, KFC, get your free KFC chicken. Get your chicken for $5.79. Oh, man. The way he wears his suit looks like the size of a damn cube. Looks like the size of a Nintendo cube. Oh my God, imagine Jim Cornette looking like the Fiend. Jim Cornette would look absolutely fucking terrible. Hey, somebody turned Jim Cornette into a goddamn snail. Because that's another thing, he looks like a fucking snail. And the next thing he's going to be looking like is a fucking lion. And the next thing I'm going to be doing is stepping my foot behind his goddamn neck. Like he's a psychotic dick. Like he's a psychotic dickhead. And then I'm going to be slapping him in the face like the goddamn, he's going to be looking like the goddamn moronics, the iconics. I'm gonna slap the KFC out of his mouth. Hey, Jim Cornette, it's only a matter of time before your death is here, sir. It's only a matter of time before you die. As soon as Jim Cornette gets up in his 70s, he's gonna be losing his health, and then he's gonna be in the hospital. He's gonna be breathing, and then 7-8 days later he's gonna be not breathing, and then he's gonna die, and everybody's gonna be glad, and they're gonna celebrate Jim's death. They're gonna be like, yay, Jim Cornette is dead, yay. I certainly want him dead. He doesn't deserve to live. He doesn't deserve to be alive. He doesn't deserve to be on the streets. Folks, Jim Cornette has a criminal record. If you look on Wikipedia, if you look up Jim Cornette's name, look on Wikipedia, it will tell you that he has a criminal record of assault. This man has a criminal record of assaults. And you're letting him run a goddamn podcast. And he has a criminal record of assaults. You people got to be the most dumbest idiots. Whoever is letting him run this podcast, they got to be the dumbest fucking idiot on earth. Whoever is letting Jim Cornette run his podcast, knowing he has a criminal record. Normally wouldn't a person with a criminal record not do a podcast? Now somebody answer that question. Probably not going to get any answers. Because people don't care. They care about themselves. They don't care about who's on the streets with the criminal record, who's out here breaking into people's houses, fucking shooting them and goddamn shit. Shooting their goddamn shit. Let's be honest, Jim Cornette looks like Dominic. He's got a Dominic, and he's walking around with his Dominic. He's walking around in his Dominic, embarrassed. People are gonna be like, boo, they're gonna be fucking throwing goddamn food at his ass. Jim Cornette, they're gonna be like, boo, Jim Cornette, get off the fucking stage, you fucking lousy ass bitch. You fucking lousy ass, cock-sucking ass idiot. You fucking lousy ass bastard looking like fucking Mario from the goddamn Mario Kart. Looking like Luigi from Mario Kart 64. Whatever the fuck the game is. Oh, not to mention he looks like Diddy Kong from Diddy Kong Racing. I wish I had that noise. I wish I had that sound that JD had. That sound when he said that was Nia Jax. When he said that's Nia Jax. Yeah! I wonder where JD got that sound from. Because that's Jim Cornette right there. Yeah! Oh, Jim Cornette's Luigi, and the guy that talks on his podcast, the guy's voice on the background, his friend that talks in the background, his friend, he's Mario. That's Luigi and Mario right there. Jim Cornette and his buddy talking on his podcast. They're Mario and Luigi right there. They're the versions of damn Charlie's Angels. They're the version of the goddamn Charlie's Angels. Oh my God. It'd be even more funny if Jim Cornette was like goddamn Piccolo from Dragon Ball Z. Oh my god, that'd be even more fucking funny. Oh my god. Oh my god. Jim Cornette looking like goddamn Piccolo? Holy fuck, that's gonna be funny. Everybody's gonna be fucking laughing. What if he dressed as Piccolo? What if he dressed in a costume as Piccolo? And that car hits him and he gets run over on a goddamn street. What would Jim Cornette have to say then? Would he talk his shit then about wrestlers when he gets in the middle of the road and gets ran up by a goddamn car? They're gonna be like, oh, 58-year-old Jim Cornette is dead. Jim 48. Jim Cornette, first thing he gonna do, get in the middle of the road. He gonna be like, first 48, and that car gonna be like, pew! What you say? Jim Cornette don't want to mess with Braun Strowman because Jim Cornette's gonna get those hands. Whenever Jim Cornette gets in the 70s and 80s, this is what I'm gonna be playing. Just saying. Oh, and when his buddy turns 70 and 80, when his buddy in the background, when they were talking about The Rock, telling The Rock that he looks like a space alien. No, that's what Jim Cornette looks like, a space alien. No, Jim Cornette looks like a god-awful, sinful alien clown is what Jim Cornette looks like. When Jim Cornette gets flat out punched in the goddamn face by The Rock and gets laid on the ground with his eyes covered up with x-rays, I'm going to be laughing and it's going to be like this. Jim Cornette goes out here and gets a busted up nose and a busted up goddamn lip. Start talking all that shit. He's going to get a busted up nose and busted up lip. Then he won't have anything to damn say. After that, imagine him getting punched in the face by Ryback from Ryback's podcast. You know Ryback's got his own podcast, right? Yeah, he does. Imagine him getting sucker punched by JD from NY 206. Oh, man, that'd be funny. Him getting sucker punched by JD from New York. Getting sucker punched by my buddy over there on his Off the Script podcast. Not to mention, JD has a better podcast than Jim Cornette, let's be honest. Jim Cornette can't even fucking speak. Half of what he says, he'd be like, this Jim Cornette right here, he'd be like, ain't The Rock look like a space alien? He sound like he's stuttering. Talking like he's stuttering in space. I can't eat it. Eat that. I can't do it. Probably can't even say the word dick right. Jim Cornette is such a psychopath that he probably can't even say the word dick or pussy right. Folks, I'm getting out of here. Of course, you know, this is the end of your WWE Payback 2020 review. But honest to God, true, seriously, that ending was one of the most logical fucking creative decisions in WWE. Seriously. That ending was fucking terrible to that match. Absolutely fucking straight up nauseating, goddamn awful. The ending. Yeah, you can't help but feel bad for Bray Wyatt. I don't feel bad for Braun Strowman. Because let's be honest, Braun Strowman is more like Braun Strowman. You know what? He's like King Corbin. Okay, that's enough. But seriously, he's like King Corbin. Braun Strowman is just like King Corbin. Imagine seeing Braun Strowman and King Corbin. None of the above. A lot of people would be like, "Well, what if we got a poll? What if I put up a poll and I ask who do you think is the fastest, Braun Strowman or Baron Corbin? Braun Strowman or Baron Corbin or none of the above?" A lot of people are probably gonna be like, "None of the above." And if I do see and if I do see that they vote on the poll, none of the above, I'm gonna be laughing like a motherfucker. It's not it's that funny. It would be that funny if they vote none of the above on the poll. Heck, Jim Cornette probably can't even climb a goddamn pole. Definitely be gay if he stripped on a pole. Oh, not to mention Jim Cornette looks like a fucking alligator. The way his teeth looks. He looks like a goddamn alligator. He looks like a 70-year-old goddamn alligator, man. Oh, Jim Cornette's a fucking alligator, dude. He really is. I wonder if he's the fan of the goddamn Crocs. I wonder if he's a fan of these goddamn nuts. Nut sacks. These nuts in your face. No, but seriously, Jim Cornette, he's got to go, but dude, he has been a disgrace to fucking Twitter. He's been a disgrace to WWE wrestlers. I'm serious. I'm talking serious this time. He's been disgraced to everybody on Twitter. He's a disgrace to everybody. Everybody, even the podcasters. JD, it's so bad that JD doesn't even have him following on Twitter. I don't blame him. I don't even blame JD for not following Jim Cornette on Twitter, man. I don't blame the guy. He's fucking stupid. Jim Cornette's a fucking stupid psycho bitch, man. Seriously. I'm not gonna say he's like Psycho Sis Nikki Cross, but he's not. He's a Sulian psychopath. Hey, he's more of a Sulian psychopath than Tommaso Ciampa. Tommaso Ciampa, he's good. Tommaso Ciampa's good as a heel as a Sulian psychopath, but that's Jim Cornette. But folks, I'm getting out of here. Don't worry, I'm gonna have more to say about Jim Cornette later on today. Cause there's gonna be everything you need to know about this blithering fucking this blithering idiot jackass, or should I say this blithering idiot clown, Jim Cornette, part 1. That's gonna be live this afternoon. Oh, trust me. You're gonna wanna know some old information I found out about Jim. What Ringside News has about Jim that I know. And some old news that Ringside News and other websites have about Jim that I probably didn't know about. That y'all didn't know about, that we all should need to know about. Or that we all should know, but we don't know. Well, seriously. I'm gonna have some more news to tell y'all. You know, some more news on Jim Cornette. You know, the old news from 9, 8, 7 months ago. I want to tell y'all. I want to discuss that. I want to tell y'all about that and how that affected a lot of people. You know, Jim Cornette's negative comments, negative ways, the way he talks, how it affected a lot of people, dude, and how. And it's probably so bad that people probably signed the penitentiary to get rid of Jim Cornette's podcast. It was so bad they probably had signed that. That's what fans need to do. Fans need to sign a penitentiary to take Jim Cornette's damn podcast down because he's talking too much shit about WWE wrestlers, man. That don't make no sense. Y'all better be glad I ain't like him. I'm telling you right now. I ain't like him, but I can be worse than him. But seriously, When it comes to talking about WWE superstars, I have the utmost respect for all these WWE male and female superstars that put their bodies on the line, to perform, to get their best performance. You know, show us that, we can do better. Show us that we can do it too. I I have the most respect for most of these male and female superstars, mainly the female superstars, because females they do a lot good. They do a lot gooder. I mean, the males do a lot gooder too, but the females have gotten really, really better, man. The females in WWE's gotten really better. Seriously, seriously, I'm not kidding. Literally. But Jim Cornette, he's the type of person that just doesn't have no respect for anybody but himself. He cares about nobody's opinion but his own. I've said that yesterday on my YouTube live stream. And I'm saying it again because I'm saying it again until people get that through their fucking heads. Until people that follow, that the people that have Jim Cornette follow on Twitter, I'm saying that until those people that has him followed on Twitter get that through them goddamn heads and start unfollowing him on Twitter. People need to unfollow Jim Cornette on Twitter. These people that's got Jim Cornette on Twitter, I'm ashamed of them, man, because they got him followed. They need to unfollow this man. Out here with social media, with a criminal record. And still running a podcast? Are you fucking goddamn serious, man? You don't see JD from NY out here with a criminal record, with a podcast. You got Jim Cornette out here with a goddamn criminal record, out here with a goddamn podcast. What the fuck? Really? Why? I don't want to watch a man's podcast with a guy, knowing that man has a criminal record. I don't want to fucking watch that kind of man's podcast. Are you fucking serious? I technically don't even watch Jim Cornette's podcast anyway, because it's fucking trash. From what I've been hearing from some people on Twitter, it's fucking trash. Even some people been saying that I do a better job than goddamn Jim Cornette. No, seriously. There's a few people that say that I talk more better than Jim Cornette. I do a better good job. Just, explaining stuff about, superstars and about creative more than Jim Cornette does. A lot of people say I do more of a good job than Jim Cornette. And I believe I do. I believe I do. And I hope some of you believe that too. I just want this man to be brought down. Because, seriously, he is a bad influence to everybody on Twitter, man. Seriously. But, folks, I'm getting out of here for real. For real this time. I gotta go. I'm tired, man. I got to get off of here. Enough's been said. I'm getting out of here. I hope you all have a good Monday, and my YouTube live will be live today. And unfortunately, I won't be using my headsets anymore because I don't know if that's causing my live stream to, you know how when you end your live stream, it only gets a certain bit of your videos. And I wonder what those 3 playbacks mean when you end the live stream. You know, your YouTube live stream webcam. So I use that, that YouTube live stream webcam, you know what I mean? But I don't think y'all get what I'm saying. I'm so tired I can't even hardly explain it. Anyways, your Monday Night Raw review will be live tonight. Also, your YouTube live stream will be live because I'm going to have that everything you need to know about this Bleeding Edge Jim Cornette Part 1. That will be live today. And if I change my mind about that, if I postpone it, I may do that on Wednesday. Because I do got to work Tuesday, so I do need to kind of rest up on Monday too. I do need to kind of relax and rest up on Monday because I do got to go back to work Tuesday. So if I don't get to do that YouTube live stream telling you more about Jim Cornette today, then I have to do it Wednesday then. I'll see what I'm gonna do today. I'll see. I do have plenty of time to do both live streams. I'm gonna have plenty of time to do both the Monday Night Raw review and the live stream telling you about Jim Cornette. But don't worry, today's gonna be a good day. I promise you, this one's gonna be better than the one that I originally was talking in. The original YouTube live stream that I was doing about Jim Cornette. I'm going to try to make the other one better than that one. The part one's probably going to be a lot better, I'm hoping. Sometimes, sometimes y'all gotta understand, seriously. I can't hardly, sometimes I misspell stuff, sometimes I can't pronounce stuff right. So you gotta kind of understand that I'm trying to, socialize, trying to, work on getting my stuff right, So, but I'm doing good. I just gotta keep doing good. Just like everybody else needs to keep doing good. But I ain't like everybody else, though. I mean, I'm different than most people, but y'all know what I mean. So, I'm not gonna explain the rest. But I'm getting off of here. Have a good day. Peace. I'm out. Be tuning in for my YouTube live stream on Monday Night Raw review tonight.